Good morning, my dear children. Welcome to 10th Standard English class. Today I am going to take you the fourth poem, The Ant and the Cricket, adapted from Aesop's Fables. This is not the memory poem. A fable is a traditional story that teaches us a moral lesson. Usually, the characters in the fables are animals. This poem, The Ant and the Cricket, teaches us the importance of hard work and planning. About the author, Aesop's Fables is a collection of fables credited to Aesop, a slave and a storyteller, believed to have lived in the ancient Greece between 620 and 564 BCE. These fables became popular when they emerged in print. Several stories are attributed to Aesop even today. Now I am going to explain you the poem. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Here, the cricket is considered to be the foolish cricket, silly young cricket, foolish cricket, accustomed to sing. Always the cricket used to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. Throughout the summer season, the cricket sang and danced and passed time without saving any food for its future. Began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Now the cricket was shocked to see that his cupboard was empty. Cupboard here in the sense the place where the cricket stores food. Cricket found the cupboard to be empty and the winter season has come. During the winter season, the cricket cannot find any food. It has to save the food during summer season itself. But throughout the summer, the cricket sang, danced, and enjoyed its life. Now it found its cupboard to be empty without any food. Next paragraph. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could he see. Not a leaf on a tree. Not a crumb to be found. Crumb, not even a piece of bread is found in its cupboard. On the snow-covered ground. Now this is a winter season. So all the trees, plants is covered with the snow. There is not even a flower or leaf is found on the tree. Third paragraph. Oh, what will become, says cricket, of me? At last by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. Away he set off to a miserly ant, to see if to keep him alive he would grant. Now the cricket is worrying, oh, without food, what am I going to do? At last, by starvation and famine, famine, that is one who struggles for life without food and water, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold. In that winter season, with cold and full wet, cricket went to see miserly ant. Miserly means stingy. They will be very close-handed, that is, they will not lend anything to anybody. To see if to keep him alive he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. The cricket asked the ant, see, I don't have any food to eat and live, and you are my friend. Please grant me shelter, and I don't have place to live, so please give me shelter, place to live, and mouthful of grain. I am very hungry and I don't have any food. Please give me food. Like that, cricket asked the ant. He wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. Cricket said, I am only borrowing from you and I will repay it tomorrow. Ant listened everything. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Cricket said, if you are not giving me food, I would die of starvation and sorrow. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend. Listening all from the cricket, ant replied, yes, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. There is a strong words from ant. We ants never borrow, we ants never lend. We will not borrow anything from anybody, as well as we will not lend anything to anybody. Like that, ant replied to cricket. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay anything by when the weather was warm? Ant asked cricket a question. See, what have you done so far during the summer season? You didn't save any food for your future to live your life in this winter season. Like that, it asked a question to the cricket. Quoth the cricket, not I. Quoth, it is a word used instead of said. Said the cricket, not I. Cricket said, no, I didn't do anything. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. My heart was so light. Cricket replied to ant, my heart was so light, so throughout day and night I sang and danced. I enjoyed the beauty of the nature, because the nature looked gay, looked beautiful. Ant replied, okay, sir, you sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Then what, sir? You go and sing, dance, enjoy the nature. Like that, ant replied. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. After saying all this, the ant went inside its house and locked the door without giving anything to the cricket, any food, and it went inside its house and locked the door. Folks call this a fable. I will warrant it true. This is called a story, fable story. Here animals are compared. In this poem, two insect, ant and cricket are compared. But what the poet comes to say in this poem, through this poem to us, we have to save by working hard for our future. When this ant worked hard and saved, it is safe now during winter season, whereas cricket did not work hard. So cricket struggled to lead its life. And in the last line, the poet expressed a beautiful meaning. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. Here, some crickets have 4 legs. This 4 legs is compared to an insect cricket, and some have 2. This 2 referred to human beings, 2-legged human being, because human beings also, when they are strong enough, they should work hard, save, and they should lead a good life in their old age. Whereas some of the 2-legged human beings, they used to earn money and spend lavishly, enjoys the youth age, and they will beg for money in their old age. This is what said in this poem by the poet. Thank you, children. I hope you understood this poem thoroughly.